Loading. Yeah, we are on YouTube. So let's start. Um, Good afternoon, YouTube. We are here for another English immersion. The topic of today is about trips. So let's talk about a little bit of this idea of trips in a general way and what we usually do. But before that, I will start with explaining a little bit about the platform, okay, for you. So, Talk and Talk is a conversation platform for beginner, intermediate, or advanced speakers. And the conversation sessions are for all levels, not mandatory to specifically have a level, for example, or is not important your level. But the main points about this is not a regular class. I'm not an English teacher. I'm not a language teacher at all. So we are not here for teach you anything directly, but in a general way, you will learn by practice in a real environment. So that's the main idea. And you will develop your fluency and your confidence as a English speaker, okay? And besides that, in Talk and Talk, we have a lot of language. We have English, we have Spanish, German, Italian, French, and I think Mandarin also. So we have a lot of language here, and you can see that on the Talk and Talk website, okay? So that's the main idea. And before I start the conversation, we are gonna start with the presentations. So, my name is Warley. I'm 25. I live in Recife, Pernambuco. I work with IT as a front-end developer, and I'm also an English and Spanish host here on Talk and Talk. I'm here since 2022. I have started with Spanish, and nowadays I'm focused more on my English and develop my English skills. So yeah, that's the main idea about me. Rogério, can you present yourself, please?
Yes, good afternoon, guys. I'm here in the car. I'm
Problem.
returned to Rio de Janeiro, you know. I'm not travel, I just here with a passenger, as a passenger. So, I'm Rogério, I'm 49 years old. I'm from São Paulo, but I live in Rio de Janeiro with my family. I'm here in Talk 6 May. And since then, I have I could see how I am getting a confidence to speak English, you know. It's here in talking this on this platform. I think it's so good place to learn to talk, you know. And finally, in my free time, I like to practice exercise, ride bike, and read books. That's it.
Amazing. Very great, Rogério. And how about you, Paula? Can you present yourself, please?
Hello, my name is Paula. I live in Itu. It's a little city in São Paulo. Here I work on my house, né, home office, thank God. But I learn programmer, né, to be a programmer. So I need to improve my English to conquer a better vacation no, a better place to work during my life. I study English a lot of time, a lot of, but I never can conversar, né, talking with another people, only in schools. So I so shy to speak. Well, it's me.
Very great. I really feel because I have studied English for a long time and I'm not, I wasn't too I wasn't practice English in a conversational way. So I have studied a lot for about vocabulary and grammar and all the English stuffs, but I wasn't practice conversation. So I started to do that here on Talk and Talk, and it's so important. We need to do that. We have to practice conversation, and it's pretty important to develop your or English skills, you know. So yeah, I really understand you. But how about you, Evin? Can you introduce yourself, please?
Uh, okay, this is my first time in talking to group of people. I have in 37, 89, 8 years old. I work in in moment work também all day as developer in science those 2000 years and 2000 years nine. I work as programmer. Né? Então, so uh, 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 I understand good English, write and list write and script. Reading, but speaking and talking what a lot of people is very difficult for me. Né? Então, so I am very shy, né? Então, and as I need the developing models, so these actions. That is my I have two children, two girls. I am married. And oh, what I do spend time and freedom time. I like CrossFit, né, to just after work, né, and at night into jiu-jitsu and okay. É isso. Acho que deixa,
Yeah,
deixa
no
eu ver.
problem.
Até
That's pretty great. It's your first immersion and your first practice in speaking English, for example. So it's pretty important. You will develop a lot of your speaking and listening skills in the main point about conversation. So it's important to practice. And if you I don't know if you don't know exactly how to say anything or some point in English, you can use Portuguese, it's not a problem. But it's important to practice your English and try to speak in English and develop these skills, you know. So that's the main point. With the practice, you improve a lot. So that's the idea. Okay. So let's go to the question number one. What do you usually do on your vacations? I'll start with you, Rogério. What do you think? Rogério, can you hear me? I don't know if Rogério is hearing me. Okay, so while Rogério is back, tell me about you, Even. What do you think? What do you usually do on your vacation?
I think I remember my last vacation, I work on hard. But what I do, I love the beach, né? I go to the beach. I love hiking, né? I mean, this, I love to travel for long distance, né? So make state states, né? Aqui no Brasil. In my last vacation, I traveled to Pernambuco. In my car, né? A gente, my family. Yes, I can travel. I can travel for outros states aqui from Brazil, inside Brazil. Então, so I can. Então, I traveling more and more. I traveling more for north in the country, né? The next vacation I pretend to travel to or leste to Brasil, né? Então, parte de Amazonas. Então, so that is
Great. You have mentioned that you do travel, you do trip, for example, by car. So do you like to travel by car and spend a lot of times in this kind of travel, for example?
I don't I don't understand more.
Let me rephrase that. You have mentioned that you travel by car, riding a car, for example. So do you like to do that, for example, travel in a long distance by car, riding a car? Did you get it?
Yes, sim. You know, I have a plan, de adquirir motorhome, né? When I travel to of the south of the country, see Alpes Suíços, então essas coisas.
Yeah. Actually, I said riding a car, but I think the correct one is driving a car. I think ride is related to a bicycle or a horse. I don't know. It's like montando riding. So it's the correct one is driving. Yes. So I understand you because I don't know if I would have a a motorhome, for example, to live in a motorhome, but I like to travel and driving a car and spend a lot of not a lot of hours, but it's interesting to travel by car and spend hours driving. I think it's interesting, to I don't know to know uh the path and to know the places. So I think it's a interesting way to travel. It's great to travel by plane, for example. But I don't know. I think we have more. How can I say that? More autonomy to do the travel by car, for example. So I like to do that. Mainly if I'm traveling for to a beach, for example. So yeah, it's interesting. But the idea of motorhome it's a interesting point. I think I would do that. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. And how about you, Paula? What do you think?
Well, as evening, I don't remember my work last vacation because I'm a PJ. So I travel when we can. And last Christmas, I said to my sis to rent a motorhome because in my city we have a shop. They make a motorhome, but they rent. to me, my sis and her husband and my husband goes to Jalapão, and it's a dream. But usually we travel here near, because we don't have a car, so we rent car to go to Minas Gerais, or Angra dos Reis is the last trip we do in these years. We don't like sun because we like cold temperature. So we love to go to Minas Gerais to eat. Oh, I love to eat and drinking a lot of alcohol, principal. And this is we can travel, have a long time trips because we have 4 animals. It's very complicated to travel, but we like a lot.
Yeah, I think it's complicated to manage all these pets on a travel, right? So yeah, I think it's complicated. But let me ask you a question. I don't know so much about São Paulo and the places there, but do you usually go to travel, for example, inside São Paulo, or do you usually do that on other states, for example?
My husband is from São Paulo,
Ah,
and
okay.
so we go to São Paulo every month, every day, every week. So to us is common, not no. We don't put you as it's a travel. It's common. But
Yeah.
I love to go to Liberdade to eat pastel and the museums. And it's my passion, my love, my passion.
Yeah, I think São Paulo is so mentioned for restaurants and food, and this idea of São Paulo doesn't sleep, for example. So yeah, I think that's the main point, that there's a lot of museums, I guess. So yeah, it's an interesting place. I think it's different compared to me, for example, here in Recife, and here in Pernambuco, that we have a lot of beach to go, for example. But I think it's a different idea of travel that we have here and you have in São Paulo. So
Yeah, in my city, it's
Mhm.
a museu em céu aberto in
Mhm.
the center of the city. So when I go to São Paulo, I always put one museum because my husband and any friends every set who lives in São Paulo don't see São Paulo. They don't have time to see nothing. So we goes. I put her hands and look. This is a house of very old, and some things he lives there, but he don't see, don't know.
Yeah, it's so strange, right? Because I don't know, when we live on a touristy city, for example, we don't visit these spots, you know. So for example, I have traveled to Rio de Janeiro in 2019, I guess, and I went there to visit a lot of touristy spots. So Cristo Redentor, Pão de Açúcar, all these ideas. but I have a uncle and a cousin there, and yeah, it's my good. Yeah, I think so. So I have family there, and they never uh did go to didn't go to these tourist spots, you know. They live in the city, but they my cousin, for example, he didn't go to Cristo Redentor at all. So I think it's pretty strange, this idea of we live in a touristy city and we don't visit that. So yeah, I don't know why it's happened. I think it's common in Brazil. I don't know. In a general way, we we focus a lot on other sports, or like, I don't know, foreign sports in other countries, but we have a lot of points here in Brazil, a lot of beautiful places, but we don't focus on visiting that. I don't know why. It's a pretty strange for me. I don't know.
To me, in São Paulo, it's complicated to visit your state because
Yeah.
it's very, very, very expensive to 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 pay a plane ticket. It's to me. My oldest nephew, don't she has 14 and lives in São Paulo. She never uses metro. It's very strange.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. It's a pretty strange point, I guess. But Rogério, can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes my internet isn't very well.
Okay, I think it's frozen for me, but I think it's my internet. So, what do you think about the question number one? What do you usually do on vacation?
On my vacation, I usually make a plan to travel with my family. We always going to the São Paulo. My parents live in there on the near São Roque. I don't know the Mairink, yes, Mairink. And I think that's it. I always travel to São Paulo.
Pretty interesting, pretty interesting. So, let's go to the question number two. Where do you like to travel during summer, for example? I think you don't like so much that, Paula, but I don't know. You can answer about winter, for example. Where do you like to travel during winter? I'll start with you. What do you think?
No, but in at summer is good to visit winter cities because it's
Yeah,
more tranquilo, more okay to visit. But it's that the idea when we can travel. And Gramado, we goes in the summer.
exactly. I went to Gramado a few years ago, and it's pretty interesting. It's a really a beautiful city, and I went there on winter, I guess, in May. I guess. So it was pretty cold, and I'm not how can I say, acostumado. I think it's I don't used to feel this kind of cold, you know, this cold have this cold weather. So it was pretty interesting, and it was pretty cold and difficult because yeah, here in this, if we have like, I don't know, 20 degrees in minimal in the winter, and there I was like, it was like 5 degrees, I don't know. So yeah, it's pretty cold, and I don't like so many cold weather. So yeah, it was complicated for me, but it's a beautiful city. And how about you, Evening? What do you think?
Uh, I like to travel in the summer. Uh, I like to go to the beach, right? Yeah, and shoot heavy. I go to in Serras. I go to Serra de Guaramiranga. I don't say where I live, né? And I live in Fortaleza, aqui in the state of Ceará, sabe? The land of the sun, a terra do sol aqui. So, então, I like the beach, né? In the summer. I like to the location, beach house, né? Casa de praia, né? I like to travel to em places cold too também aqui. The state has serras, e one that Serra de Guaramiranga. The temperature can between 19 Celsius, né? Pouquinho por aí. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So are you from Fortaleza? You live in Fortaleza right now?
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
I know.
So you feel me about all the beach that we have here on Ceará, Pernambuco, Alagoas, for example. So yeah, we have a lot of beautiful beaches here, and yeah, I think that's the mainly uh spots that we go on the summer vacation. For example, we have a lot of interesting beaches here. So yeah, it's pretty amazing. I like so much. And how about you, Rogério? What do you think?
Question two.
Yeah, question.
In the summer, I like to travel. Let me see where. Yes, the last summer I was in São Paulo. So I was in São Paulo to see my parents, to see my brother and sister, my relatives, you know. I think the more recent experience was last summer when I was in São Paulo. Yes, I was 2 years before that to without taking on vacation, you know, and it was my first travel.
Paul said something here about the temperature, and it's pretty funny for me because here in Recife we are on winter or summer breeze. And we have here like I don't know 20 degrees on minimal on winter, and it's pretty hot, I guess, for people from São Paulo. It's pretty different. It's like it seems like we are living in different countries. It's pretty crazy when I think about Rio Grande do Sul or São Paulo or Rio, Curitiba, I don't know. And they are on winter and they have so many cold weather. And it's not common here on Recife. This kind of temperature, about 20 degrees, for example, is just pretty cold for us. So I don't know. It's pretty strange comparing that, I guess. But yeah, it's Brazil actually it's a huge country, so it's common that we have this difference in between temperatures and weather. So Okay, let's go to the question number 3. Which do you prefer to travel with, friends or family, and why? I'll start with you, Rogério. What do you think?
Yes, I prefer to travel with my family because it's the people that I'll always travel something, doing something together. Um, uh, I s- I see my wife, my stepdaughter all the time, so it's normal. I'm traveling with them, and uh, I don't remember was the uh, last time that I traveled with friends. I don't remember. I think it's many years ago. So I am used always travel with my family.
Good, very great. And how about you, Vivi? What do you think?
I prefer to travel with my family, and I never did travel with my friends, and that's uh so uh I always travel with my families, cousins, nephews, together, né?
Very great,
Yes.
very great. Very great. I think when you grow up and we have a family, and you could and you create a family, I don't know if it's the correct way, but it's more common we travel with family besides no, rather than travel with friends, I guess. So uh, yeah, I think it's pretty common. And how about you, Paul? What do you think?
I will talk about this. I married uh last 2 years. And so now I prefer to travel with my husband. Uh, he is my friend, so it's okay. But now I travel more with he, he than with my friends. Now we um, meeting our friends in the places in restaurants, but not to uh, conviver in a apartment, for example.
Yeah, I think it's in some way, all the relatives that we have in all our family are friends. So they are they they aren't our enemies. So yeah, in some way we travel with our friends also. But yeah, comparing the points about just friends and family, I think it's more common when you have a husband, when you have a girlfriend, for example, and when you usually do that on family, you keep doing that, So yeah, I think it's pretty common. So let's go to question number 4. Why do you think some people prefer solo travel? I don't know, like a mochilão or this idea. A lot of people do that, but I want to I want to know about you. What do you think some people do that? Why do you think some people do that? I'll start with you, Evan. What do you think? Evan, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
I thinking.
yeah, good.
Uh, what you mean? I have a very lot of confidence for travel to solo, né? Yes. Okay. Uh, uh, I don't know about say that's just, a lot of people to travel solo, né? Então, I not knowledge about this. É isso.
Okay, pretty great. And how about you, Paulo?
In my opinion, it's more cheaper and easy. Now, when we travel, I can stay in a little dirty apartment and then that I paid 20 reais. Now I need a place with bathroom, clean. Sometimes we search a place with breakfast, so it's more more difficult to travel, spend a lot pouco dinheiro. It's, to me was more easier when I travel alone because of this.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think one reason it's about to be cheaper to travel solo, for example. But I think this kind of people that like to travel solo, I think they think a lot about to do what they want, and in a specific way when you travel, you go to travel with a lot of people, with your family, for example, you need to fit your ideas and the place that you want to go with a lot of people. So it's complicated in sometimes to fit that, you know. So when you are solo, it's more it's easier when you go to travel. You can go to any place that you want. So I think it's easier. It's easier. But what do you think, Rogério? What's your opinion?
As I'm here, uh, uh, I think it's cheaper than travel with family, with friends. Let's go to the window. I think it's more it's cheaper. And travel alone, for example. Can you hear me? Yes. Many things
Yeah, I can
alone
hear
that
you.
if you have a family, with your family, I think it's so difficult. You can wake up when you desire, you get to bed when you desire, and you can do many, you can see many places, you know, because with a family, it could be more uh, uh, tired. Yes, would be more tired, I think, you know. I don't have this opportunity when I was young or uh, more younger. I don't have this opportunity to travel alone. Nowadays, I am thinking all the time with this opportunity, and so at least I talked with my family to travel, to make this travel for with using a car, with a lugar distante. I don't know how can I say a place far away. I don't remember this word. Sorry. Lugar distante. I'd like to see which name Ushuaia, driving a car. I think is a wonderful uh, travel and many mountains, many cities to see. It was a dream. Let's see if one day I will go do it. That's it.
Really, the south of Argentina, it's pretty beautiful, I guess. So yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
it's an
yes.
awesome place, you know. So, welcome guys to the main room. Let me know how it was the conversation. What did you think about the questions and the topic? How about you, Pedro? What do you think?
Yeah, this was a great subject, this immersion, and we can talk about some travels and and place to we visit before, and some kind of things we passed in these travels was good.
Very great, very great. And how about you, Leo? What do you think?
It's good. The topic's interesting. It's funny to remember any situations. The guys is very nice. It's good. Always good to stay here.
Amazing, amazing. And how about you, Christian? What was the conversation for you? How was your conversation?
So the conversation was really great. You know, it's always good to talk about our trip experiences. In fact, we both have a good experience about getting lost in different places. So yeah, it was a good. Thank you so much for bringing up this topic.
Very great, very great. And how was the conversation for you, even? It was your first immersion, so how is that for you?
Very good, né? Did my first conversations, know the people, né? I think overall, yeah, about this, uh, about talking is very good. I wish melhorar mais, né? Yeah, it's
Very great, very great, very great. You keep going on the practice of English, you improve a lot, and it's so important to have this practice and to keep it going on the immersions, you know. So yeah, it was great. And how about you, Paula? How was the conversation, your first immersion, and how was that for you?
Now I can speak better. I was very, very shy in the beginning. I was with I was very afraid. Don't remember the words, but now I'm more, I don't remember, tranquila, in peace with this conversation. So I think I will progress a lot with this.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And yeah, besides to learn English and to speak, that's about confidence. So it's so important to speak and to get more confidence and practice a lot of English. And it's English actually the language is just a consequence, you know. So it's the mainly point here is about the confidence and to practice the language and to learn that, you know. So yeah, it's the main idea. So guys, I would like to share with you here the link of the survey. It's an anonymous survey. You can say what did you think about the immersion, suggestion of a topic, for example, that you want to talk about, and I don't know, say what you want. And I also would like to thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed the conversation, and I assure see you in the next time. Okay, so thank you and bye bye.
bye bye.
Bye bye.